That gazette notice was not operationalized.
Yes.
By
then.
HRIS KE. Is that finding correct? Because then there was breach of law and we want to mitigate. Is it an issue that you got in other counties?
Okay, I wouldn't know unless I inquire from my counterparts from other counties and see whether it was a cross-cutting issue. Thank you, Chair.
Yes, or didn't get that.
I'm saying I can inquire from my other counterparts from other counties and see whether this issue was also cross-cutting in their counties. Thank you, Chair.
Okay. Governor, we have complied now.
Yes, we are.
But then there was breach during the time of audit in the particular year. So I think when we're writing our report, we'll see how to treat that matter.
I think
because yes,
we have a response on the wage bill. We do not agree with the percentage.
Because it's substantive, we can deal with it at that level.
Right.
Okay.
Maybe, Chair.
Yes, Center.
Chair, I thought, Governor, you should have provided this information, or you got it from SRC through the chair. Why was there delay in terms of providing this information? Because it should not have escalated to the audit query. Because if you are doing entry, exit, management meeting, management letter, these things should have been resolved.
But that has now been addressed.
I've, Governor, through the chair, I've asked a simple question. So what is, you are a lawyer, what is, through the chair, what is it has been resolved, but there was a breach of law, and you know ignorance of the law is not an excuse through the chair. So how did you rectify? That's what I'm asking, because chair, it has been raised twice, just twice. Senator Dullo should be patient. It has been raised twice. So that's my only concern in the previous financial year and this year. So
the Center Cherargei, the system was not updated.
No, that is what I'm saying. HRS was paid outside. Even in IPPD, it has been captured in unsolved prior year matters at Appendix 1, the same issue. So even if it has been rectified, there was a breach of law. So I expected the governor to say the steps taken. He has not indicated what he has taken, including
in terms of administrative action.
Yes.
Governor?
The steps taken, we have rectified. What is important is that there was a mistake. It has been corrected.
Chair, can you assist the governor? I don't want to come back again. He says steps taken,
I think
but there is a breach of the law.
Cherargei is saying there's a breach of law. So that person who breached the law, then some administrative action should be taken to mitigate, either warning letter, training, or whatever. Review through the auditor. I want us to look at 5. That is avoidable expenditure on accrued interest. Auditor.
Thank you, Chair. A review of records established that an amount of Kenya shillings 5,749,700 was paid to a private legal practitioner as legal fees. The court had ruled that the county executive pays the plaintiff an amount of Kenya shillings 3,938,604 less pay by 1st October 2021. However, management paid a total of Kenya shillings 5,749,700 as legal fees, resulting to a payment occasioned by accrued interest totaling Kenya shillings 1,811,096 as a result of failure to settle the payment in time. This was contrary to Section 162, subsection 2, subsection B of the Public Finance Management Act 2012, which states that every public officer employed in or by the county government shall ensure that resources within their officer's area of responsibility are used. Was made to a widow of a former member of staff under work injury benefit who died in line of duty in June 2014. The total amount payable was Kenya shillings 15,848,544, determined by the The failure to maintain an insurance policy with an insurer was not explained. This was contrary to Section 7, Subsection 1 of the Work Injury Benefit Act 2017, which provides that every employer shall obtain and maintain an insurance policy with an insurer approved by the Minister in respect of any liability that the employer may incur under this Act to any of his employees. In the circumstances, management was in breach of the law. Thank you, Chair.
Governor.
Thank you, Chair. Our Director Legal will respond to that. But I must also point out that even if the staff we lost during June 14th...
We can start with the response.
Yeah.
The way it is done, then you can add that later on.
Maybe.
Let's hear the response first.
Okay.
You said your name is?
My name is Kulthum Harith.
Okay. Director Legal. Okay.
Yes.
Go ahead.
The delayed payment of Kenya shilling 5,749,700 to the claimant advocate being the decretal amount awarded in Rafael Munya Ndungu versus the County Government of Lamu 2018 and Rafael Munya Ndungu versus the County Government of Lamu 2021 arose from the non-settlement of the decree by the previous administration and failure to provide a handing over report on cases outsourced and status, leading to accrual of interest. Upon establishing the existence and status of the judgment, the current county executive took steps to address the outstanding liability and mitigate further financial exposure to the county government. Consequently, provisions were made and payment effecting during the financial year 2023-2024 and financial year 2024-2025 to settle the decretal amount in full. The settlement of the decretal amount demonstrates the county government commitment to complying with court orders, reducing contingent liability, and promoting prudent financial management and development programs. Work injury benefit compensation without insurance cover. The county executive acknowledged the payment of Kenya shilling 7,169,709 to the estate of the late Mr. Ayub Kinyuma Mbogo in compliance with the directive issued by the Directorate of Occupational Safety and Health Services via its letter reference number WIBA CGL 1432 dated 6 February 2020. The late Mr. Ayub Kinyuma Mbogo lost his life during the Mpeketoni terror attack in 2014 at a time when devolution had recently been operationalized and the county governments were still in their formative stages. Consequently, the county government had not yet procured a work injury benefit insurance cover for its employee. In recognition of the deceased entitlement to compensation under the Work Injury Benefit Act, Cap 236 of the laws of Kenya, and in order to avoid protracted litigation and the attendant legal cost, as well as to evaluate the hardship faced by the deceased dependents who relied on him for their livelihood, maintenance and education, the county government paid the amount assessed and directed by the Ministry of Labour and Social Protection through the Directorate of Occupational Safety and Health Services.